Hi everybody, today I'm going to show you how to do a general Lenormand card reading and then how to generate a more specific question. Several of my clients recently tell me during a reading, I don't know what question I want answered. I don't know what area of my life I need to really look at. I just want a general reading. So that's where I start. So what I do is I do a 9-card pool with the Lenormand card, which is the box spread. Okay. And that kind of gives me some direction to go depending on where the energy is. So to be able to do this, since I don't have anyone in front of me to show you, I went ahead and got a People magazine, and I was really being pulled for Keanu Reeves. And it's just, I don't know what it is. I'm thinking he needs a reading. Okay. He looks really happy. I'm going to go ahead and give him a reading. And he's just a really good guy. If you practice cards at home, it's always fun to pick up a magazine and just practice on people like that because, and it's for educational purposes. And because I don't have him in front of me, I don't know if this is a correct reading or not, but it's great practice and it kind of gives energy to the cards. All right, so what box I'm going to use, what cards I'm going to use is Under the Roses to go ahead and get started. I'm not going to go real specific on how to do a 9-card reading. I'm just going to go through it very quickly so that you can kind of see how you can generate a question first. All right, I will tell you, I have already done the card pull because I did this once before. I thought I was recording and it was not recording. So I've already done this reading. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, now how am I going to show you my reading? So what I've done is I went ahead and made sure that the cards are in the same order so that you can see it. So I've already shuffled my cards and everything. Now with a 9-card pool, I will tell you, yeah, what I do is I always get my energy on there. I always picture my client, give the intention, what advice do we have for him, what general advice. And then I do my spread, and then I pull the card from the top and I do it that way. All right. So these are the cards that I have already pulled just to let you know. Yeah, so whenever you're doing a video, make sure that it is recording. Okay, that would always be, nice. Okay, so whenever you're doing a 9-card reading, I always tell my clients that the middle card is the one that all the energy is going around, okay? And of course, what we're looking at is opportunities and money is what fish have. So we'll get more meaning of what it really means when we go through the cards. So first I want to do his past, present, and future. And I'm going to go ahead and cover the cards down that I am not using. So we will look at his past. And whenever I was looking at this, I was just in shock because it really explains him in the past. So whenever you look at the tree, you look at somebody's health. And this could be mental health, it could be spiritual health, but really health. Okay. So, and there's a lady down here. So whenever you're looking at the tree, the health was cut short, her life was cut short. And I know that Kayano had a female, and I think they had a relationship who passed away due to being ill. And so this was a big impact in his life looking at the past. So let's go to the present. We have a stork, which usually means transitioning, the fish, and then the bouquet. Now, with presently, this is where he is. So he's transitioning. He's looking at the way he thinks of money, of the value that he looks at it, because he definitely has the gift of money, right? You could also read it that he loves to give other people. He likes to donate his money to others. So he gives the gift, okay, of money. So that's presently. In the future, we have these 3 cards. We have the locket, which is love, the house, and the dog. Okay. So what he's really looking at in the future is his love is actually changing. What he is really passionate about is traditionally having a home. Okay. He wants to have a home. He wants to have a family. And he wants, and then with the dog, it's like he's trying to please other people. And he just wants to please his family. He wants to, have the traditional family value. And that's what he's looking at in the future. All right, so now let's look at what he is concerned with right now, okay? So the first row is what he is concerned with. Now, again, we have the tree, and that is his health, which is transitioning, okay? As you transition, as we get older, our health is not the same, right? So the love that he has for himself may be changing a little bit because of his transitioning into a different person. And so his love of things is having to change because of this, okay? So his love is definitely transitioning. So that is definitely his concern right now. So the situation, we're looking at money, okay? So money again, we're looking, and really when I look at this looks like, if you read it this way, his money is being cut short. But I look at it because he gives so much money that what he's doing is he's looking at the money that he doesn't use traditionally. Traditionally means that, he uses money, you pay for things, you give it to charity, and you just live with your means wherever, your, whatever you pay out. Okay. Then whatever you have left over, you either put in savings or you give to charity. So this right here may mean that he, in this situation right now, is he's looking at his money, and whatever he has left over, he's giving to charity. So that is kind of like a common theme with his money. All right, so this last one is undercurrent. This is what he is aware of. All right, so here's another lady. Okay, so another lady. So whenever you put it, a lady in the bouquet, it means that she loves to give compliments. So she admires him. It's like she wants to be his friend and really please him. And he may have several, I don't know. But anyway, he has somebody in his life that really pays him compliments. And this could be, several fans. It could just be one lady. So who knows? I can't ask him. But anyway, he is aware of this, right? That they want to be his friend, and they want to, really say, hey, I'm right here, trying to get his attention. So he is aware of that, okay? Especially with the changes that he wants to make. Okay, so the indirect influences, we're going to do an X both ways. An X marks the spot, okay? And this is a general vibration of the reading. So when we're going this way, all right, so you look at it and you could look at, okay, again, this could be his spiritual health, the way that he's planning his roots or whatever, financially, opportunities. Let me read more into it just a second. So we got the tree, we have the fish, the opportunity. Oh, I know what it is also. Okay. So this is his health, because his health is kind of going down a little bit. He is, and when I say going down, it just means that he's getting older. Okay. He's not in health crisis or anything else like that. All right. So this right here may mean that he's valuing things completely different. He's valuing what he has in his life, what he's loyal to. Okay. So that is changing as he's getting older, because it does kind of wake you up and going, okay, my values are changing. Money is valued at different monies, I guess you could say, so we have different value. You would value $100 differently than $1 million, right? So the value is different. So his values are changing as he gets a little bit older, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and do the X this way. All right, so right here, he is also valuing love, all right? And he is especially looking at the different values of this woman. And remember, before he was looking at, women giving him compliments. But he also likes traditional things. We know that as well. So the value that he looks into a woman is very traditional. So maybe he's looking for love, more of a traditional type of love, okay? All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do the cross. And the cross is active influences that are in his life. So we're going to go down this way first. All right. So here we go. Transition at the very top is transitioning with the value or with money and gifts. So we've had this in his present as well. So that is definitely an active influence. Is he loves to give the money. Okay, it's the transition of money, and he loves to give it away. Okay, so let's look at it this way. All right, so then we have the sickle. Okay, we have the sickle, the fish, and the house. And again, it's something that he's saying, traditionally, that's how I want to get. So everything is about money on this influence, right? We've already kind of read into this, and and you'll find with a 9 card reading, it's very consistent. It's, you'll see the same thing over and over again. So we pretty much already talked about that. So now what I want to do is the summary of this whole reading. So I'm going to pull these cards out. And there's the gift and the sickle again. Okay. So here we go. So the transition, what he's going through, a life transition. Okay. And the sickle is meaning that this transition is cutting things short. Okay. He's wanting changes in his life. He's wanting things cut out. Okay. He wants to have the gift still, all right? A traditional gift or whatever he has. And of course, he wants to begin a house, okay? The gift of having a traditional house. I think he wants to, by looking at the summary of this, it's almost like he's wanting, because of this transition, he's wanting to do something new with it, okay? He's wanting to cut whatever he's doing with his career cut short, because he gets lots of compliments. So he's wanting to cut that short. He's like, okay, I've had enough compliments. Now what do I need to do? Okay. So again, this home, traditional things, he's wanting to change things. And as we all do as we get older, and my goodness, the movies he makes, I don't see how, he can do it. I mean, I'm like a year younger than he is. I'm going, I could not do any of that. So, all right. So that was his 9 card reading. So we did get a lot of information about transitioning, and just he loves, because of his job right now, he loves to give money to others, and he's very traditional in that way. So then what I want to do, because the fish came up and the money and the changes and the tradition, I really thought of the house as being the one that I need to go ahead and look for in the 5 card reading and to activate it. So for a 5 card reading, what I normally do, okay, when the recording is going or when I'm doing a reading for a client, I'm going to use these cards. Always use a different deck. And let me tell you why. When you use a different deck and some of the same cards come up, sometimes your clients are going, oh my gosh, that is consistent. And it is. I mean, it's awesome when that works. So I have like 3 different decks that I pull out. Sometimes I'll have to use more than, a deck more than once. But for this, because they're bigger cards, I'm going to use this one. Okay. And I just love the color and everything on this one. And again, remember, I already did this in one recording, and I wanted to keep the same cards that I did before. So I did. Now, when you do a 5 card reading, so what I do is I, again, activate the house, okay? And so to activate the house, I close my eyes. And with a 5 card reading, you actually look for the house, okay? And so I found the house, and I've got the cards that are around it. And again, I apologize. But for some reason, my recording was not on, but I wanted to use the same cards as I found in the unrecorded version. So here's his house. This is his tradition, the things that he's wanting to change. Life is changing for him. So let's see what advice we can give him in that area. So with his transitioning, so right here, he got the 4-leaf clover and the commitment, okay? The ring means commitment a lot of times. What I think of the 4-leaf clover in this situation is, he loves to play. He loves, like he was playing a guitar, he likes to play guitar, he likes to be in bands, he likes to not commit to anything, kind of go with the flow, kind of be in transition all over. So I know that's not traditional, but with these two cards, it's just saying that he needs to commit more. So whatever he decides to do with his life, he needs to commit to it and make a commitment to it. On this side, it's almost, remember where we were talking about he loves to give money to charity, loves to give money to other people. So because he is so loyal in that aspect, he's not giving himself, he's not being loyal to himself, which is wearing him out. He gives, gives, gives to others, but this is kind of eating away at him because he gives so much. It's like, people who give that much, they don't really receive because they want to go back and give it back to the person, okay, which is a wonderful gift to have. All right, so I'm going to do what's mirroring to get additional information of this. So whenever I pull these two cards, the end cards together, and do a reading on that, it's almost like, okay, because he is not committing to it, okay, this is what is really eating at him, okay, because he is not committing to anything that is in his life, okay, and when I say commit, because these two went together with commitment, this just means that because he is like carefree and he loves doing things, it just because he is not being consistent enough, um, it's eating away at him. Okay. So let's pull these two cards out because he is not being loyal to himself. Okay. This is him. Okay. It is really going to tear him up. So he needs to make sure that he commits to himself. Okay. That's what is very, very important. I feel like the mirroring really gives him a lot more advice. Okay. So just because he's carefree, that's really eating up his life just a little bit, and he's not really, looking at anything. He's very lucky. He's not really looking at any organizing. So that's one thing that he probably needs to do. So I know that he's probably not going to watch this. I wish him luck in his new transition to whatever he will do next. So I hope that you enjoyed, and I hope that you learned something from doing a general 9 card reading for your client, and then really looking at the vibe and the information that you received in the journal reading to get more specific information. And your client will even help you. Though I'll always say, well, do you have a question from this reading? And they'll say, yes, I do. If they don't, then you go ahead and make the choice. What card will I need to activate? And what question will I ask for my client? So I wish you well and good luck in your Lenormand card readings.